The Happy Prince. High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the Happy Prince. He was covered all over with thin leaves of fine gold. His eyes were two bright sapphires, and a large red ruby glowed on the hilt of his sword. One day, a little swallow flew into the city. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks earlier, but he had stayed behind. After some time, he felt lonely and decided to join them. As he reached the city, he saw the statue of the Happy Prince. "I think I should rest here for tonight. Tomorrow I will fly to Egypt," said the swallow. Just as he was about to sleep, a large drop of water fell on him. Then another drop fell. When a third drop fell, he looked up. Tears were rolling down the golden cheeks of the Happy Prince. The swallow was filled with pity and said, "Who are you, and why are you weeping?" "I am the Happy Prince," replied the statue. "When I was alive, I lived in the palace of Sansochi, where sorrow was not allowed to enter. But now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see all the misery of my city. My heart is made of lead, yet I weep." Then the prince said, "Far away, I see a poor seamstress. Her little boy is ill with fever and asks for oranges, but she has no money. Little swallow, will you take her the ruby from my sword hilt?" "It is very cold," said the swallow, "but I will stay one night and be your messenger." The swallow plucked out the ruby and flew to the poor house. He placed it beside the woman's thimble and flew back to the prince. "I feel quite warm now," said the swallow. "That is because you have done a good deed," said the prince. The next day, the swallow said, "Tonight I go to Egypt." But the Happy Prince said, "Dear little swallow, please stay one more night." "All right," said the swallow. Then the prince said, "Pluck out my eyes. They are made of sapphires. Give one to a young playwright, and the other to a poor match girl." "Oh no, you will become blind," cried the swallow. "Please do as I say," said the prince. So the swallow plucked out the sapphires and gave them away. "Now you are blind," said the swallow, "so I will stay with you always." The next day, the swallow flew over the city. He saw the rich living in luxury, while the poor were suffering. He saw starving children and hard-working people struggling to live. He told everything to the prince. "Dear swallow," said the prince, "please take the gold leaves from my body and give them to the poor." The swallow did as he was told. Soon, the children were happy and said, "We can have bread now." Then winter came. The little swallow grew colder and weaker, but he did not leave the prince. At last, he had no strength left. He flew up, kissed the prince, and fell down dead at his feet. At that moment, the prince's leaden heart broke into two. The next morning, the mayor and the councillors saw the shabby statue. They decided to melt it in a furnace. But the leaden heart did not melt. It was thrown on a heap where the dead swallow lay. In heaven, God said to an angel, "Bring me the two most precious things in the city." The angel brought the broken lead heart and the dead bird. God said, "You have chosen rightly. In my garden of paradise, this little bird shall sing forever, and in my city of gold, the Happy Prince shall praise me." Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and join us again for more wonderful learning adventures. See you in the next story.